Hello, everybody. How you doing? It's Damon yet again, and this time I thought it'd be a good idea to talk about my top ten, not movie scores, sorry, but movie teams. Those are related to movie scores, of course, but they're not exactly the same. For example, I'm not expecting to list every great movie scores there is. If not, Hans Zimmer will be basically Hans Zimmer, Danny Elfman, and John Williams will basically be dominating the whole list, and there will be no exceptions. So in this case, I'm looking for the teams that are the most memorable to me. I mean, there's many movies who have different memorable teams. For example, Scarface, the Scarface team. I don't remember the name of the one who composed it, but it's memorable. If I'm remembering right, for Scarface, and let me look it up. We made the team. Is Giorgio Moroder? It's an excellent team. So yeah, you got Lion King by Hans Zimmer. The Lion King Hans Zimmer team is in my list of best movie teams, musical teams of all time. Also from Hans Zimmer, even though it was introduced in Batman vs Superman, it would be the Wonder Woman team by Hans Zimmer. I mean, it is a kick-ass team there. It's like, okay, it basically sets up, established already who Wonder Woman is. It's a person, it's a character who's not afraid to fight for what she believes in, and will use grit if needs to be to achieve her goals. She's scared of no dangers, she's scared of no obstacles, and I think that's a great musical team for a movie. Of course, again, Alan Zimmer related. You got Gladiator, the Gladiator team, which I think is great because it touches on in Gladiator team, it touches on Maximus' desire to obtain his revenge against Commodus for having murdered his family, but at the same time still retaining his honor, dignity, and virtue as a soldier. So, and still having the respect of his own army, his former fellow soldiers. You got Hook by John Williams. I mean, I'm not gonna pantomime basically the songs, the musical themes. You can find them yourself. But the Hook theme to me is excellent because it delves back into the Peter Pan lore and basically tweaks it a little bit. Basically, it's a Peter age who grew up. It's a Peter Pan that grew up, sorry, and now is forced to find back the magic that made him Peter Pan in the first place. It's like but at the same time, that movie, as much as you could say, well, he grew up and he's not as much of in good shape as he used to be, he's still the same person. He just has different priorities. Now he has a son of his own. He basically grew up, but at the same time, the values that he instilled when he was a young Peter Pan, still has them to this day. So yeah, I really like the Hook team. Also from Hans Zimmer. I'm laughing because a lot of Hans Zimmer related this. Pirates of the Caribbean. I must admit, to point of view unpopular, I really like the first one, but I felt like every other movie since Pirates of the Caribbean, Curse of Black Pearl, went in decreasing quality. I really like the first one, but every other one, I felt like it could have ended the first one and been written okay. I mean, it still amazes me that Johnny Depp as Jack Sparrow played a character that was supposed to be a generic pirate which was a movie to promote a Disney ride and ended up being nominated the Oscars for his role, and that movie ended up doing great at the box office. Think about that. That's a challenge. I mean, we can say about lack of originality, but Johnny Depp could have just cashed it in and done nothing. No, he took this as a challenge, bettered his game, upped his craft, and basically created a classic. Take away Johnny Depp from those movies, and honestly, I don't even see why you bother doing this. So yeah, that's my point of view there. Okay, sorry for the lighting. Okay, now those are my honorable mentions. So let's go to top 20. Number 20, it beat Karate Kid by Bill Conti. I love the beat, basically the notes used in that movie scores. There's a bit of serenity, there's a bit of tranquility, but when it needs to be, it gets intense. The riffs, the basically sometimes the instruments basically up in intensity. As much as Daniel LaRusso finds himself in trouble, and Mr. Miyagi has to help him. So, especially the final fight, basically between Daniel LaRusso and Johnny Lawrence in the finals of the tournament, the All Valley tournament, I thought was excellent. People often talk in terms of music that you're best around, but nobody takes. I think Bill Conti deserves more credit for a great movie score, and he is great. I've seen a lot of. This is a great movie score, especially in terms of sports movies. Wink, wink, because that goes on later. Okay, that's number 20. Number 19, I'm laughing because it's again Hans Zimmer, and it might be the most recent of the whole bunch. The most recent movie of the whole bunch is Top Gun Maverick. Especially, I'll tell you the song "Talk to Me Goose." That one gives me goosebumps. When I went to see the movie theater, it's like the only movie in a long time that I've seen more than once in the movie theater. I've seen once normal, and second time I went to see an IMAX with my girlfriend, and we both loved it. I feel like it's the best aviation movie ever. And this is not not a hyperbolic statement. It just is. Like, tell me which other movie about aviation is better than that? You really felt inside of it, but and Tom Cruise should have been nominated at the Oscars for it. The movie should have won that year for best movie of the year. Alas, it did not. But we all know it was the best. And but again, Hans Zimmer produced an high-octane score, in which case it made you feel like you were a part of the action. It made you feel like you were basically in the planes alongside Pete Mitchell, Maverick. And Talk to Me Goose, that team always gives me goosebumps because it's like returning to your roots. You might have grew up, you might have grown older, but you still are who you were then. You still are who you were meant to be. You might have basically slowed down a little bit, but still, you might not always be the guy you used to be, but certain times, at certain moments, in urgent moments, you are everything you used to be and then some. So, and it's also a passing of generations. Like you can still be who you are to be, but there's also new responsibility at the same time. But doesn't mean because you have new responsibility that uh you have to basically grow miserable. You can also keep learn from what you got and keep moving forward. So as a Rocky Balboa would say, take the hits and keep moving forwards. And that I think was very important of that team from Top Gun Maverick. Maybe that's unintentional, maybe it's me, but whatever, that's not interpreted. Number 18, that might be a different from it's from the same movie director of Top Gun Maverick, but it's Tron Legacy with Daft Punk. This I'm surprised that to me it's one of those non-Williams Elfman Williams Zimmer Elfman score that I could retain after the movie. I mean, it's so good that score was so good. And Tron Legacy was a good movie. I wouldn't say it was great. It was a neat movie. I will not see Tron Ares because honestly, screw Jared Leto. And not for everything he does, every creepy stuff he does, and plus for being the worst Joker ever. So I'm not going to see Tron Ares. So to me, I felt like a continuation of Tron Legacy could have been done. Jeff Bridges, any roles he'll do, he'll knock it out of the park. So we all know that. Uh, but yeah, I love that score. It's something that's too really, really, you can re-listen and basically find out little notes they use, little instruments they do use that you wouldn't have noticed. And my first high as well, I was just thought of it now. Number 18, I also put The Social Network. Why? Because it's Trent Reznor from Nine Inch Nails. I love Nine Inch Nails. It's one of my favorite bands ever. And it's like I just had to say I love the score. And for a movie that's supposed to be a biography about just Facebook, they really know how to increase the suspense. Knowing, especially when we know the actual history, we know it's not gonna be a movie like Seven, it's gonna be a violent movie. We know it's gonna happen, but they still were able to make it very suspenseful, very intense, and very thrilling. That's very good. Number 17. Now let's go back to childhood. Beetlejuice from Danny Elfman. I mean, the main team sets up the whole story, but I'll dare say it, I think it's one of the best teams, best, I wouldn't say horror movie, but it's like a best team, uh, one of the best cinematic team of an anti-hero ever. To me, it's like I listen to this, it's always puts me in the mood to watch a movie. And it's kind of funny. The character is there for both movies. We'll put both Beetlejuice combined. Yeah, I said it 3 times. He's there combined 40 minutes in those two movies. And yet, every time you hear that theme, it's like it always makes me smile because while it's supposed to be an horror comedy, Beetlejuice is more hilarious than anything. He's more mischievous, and even the second one didn't feel like a bad guy. It's more just mischievous. It's like, yeah, okay, he's conniving, but at the same time, he fulfills his end of the bargain. So yeah, and the whole team it makes it basically makes you realize that he's very underhanded, very conniving, but at the same time, he's still true to his word in some way. So that kind of makes up for it, despite him being completely wrong as a person. There's still something endearing to him. Number 16 from Ennio Morricone, aka probably my dad's favorite movie composer. Well, my dad would prefer more Western. Me, it's more The Untouchables. That's my favorite Kevin Costner movie. And it's a movie I don't think people mention enough. I mean, Sean Connery, yes, was James Bond, but he won an Oscar for his role in this movie. And on it, I love that movie. It's action based. It's a loosely based on Edward Elliot Ness, but it's also when they know when to make it very impactful, when to know to make it very dramatic. When you try to take down the untouchable team, this is when you really feel it. Like it does slow down the movie, but for a good reason. And you feel for the characters. You feel for Elliot Ness's character. And I dare say that Robert De Niro as Al Capone, I've seldomly seen him as frightening as in that movie. He's not that frightening taxi driver compared to this. In Casino, he didn't even feel that threatening. He just felt like somebody he didn't want to screw around with. Even with as Jimmy Conway, Goodfellas. But in this movie, he felt like very, very, very brutal. Surprisingly, even basically Cape Fear, even Martin Scorsese didn't make it as threatening to me as that movie. Maybe I'm wrong, but that's my opinion. But the whole team is about triumph. But even the movie team, the main team, it kind of feels about there's triumph in the main team, but there's a tinge of sadness. Like it's like the triumph, and then there's a bit of, basically after the main refrain, it's basically the musical note touches on the sadness, the sacrifice that heroes have to take. The heroes have to endure. In other words, they have to endure the sacrifice in the team, and some of the some members losing their lives to actually make sure that Al Capone goes in jail and stays in jail. There's there's a tinge of sadness that triumphant song. So I really liked it. And yeah, that's number 16. Number 15 is the main theme from Up, from Michael Giacchino. I'll give you a reason, an anecdote is I love that movie. I love when movies I go to, I love going to see a movie at the movie theater in which I expect nothing. And I do mean nothing. I expect the movie to just be all right and ends up being amazing and knocking me down on my ass because it's so good. Up is one of those movies, and it has one of the saddest, most emotional montage in the beginning of the movie, and I didn't have need to say a word. You know the main theme of Up, and it's so impactful because in my personal life, my brother and my sister-in-law, they used it as their wedding song. And I thought it's so beautiful. It's like the enduring impact of Up. So not only does it have one of my best ending ever, one also some of my best side characters ever, and a good story too. I love this movie score, and especially the main team. Now, number 14, the first one's pretty funny, but could I say that all the movies in there are classic? Maybe not, but Police Academy. You all know the team. I'll hear that team, I'm always in a good mood. Because it makes me feel of Officer Jones making voices, Mahoney being his prankster. Honestly, you can tell which of the Police Academy is going to be good, or are going to be great, pretty good, or just okayish, because okayish at okayish to god awful. All you need to do is know, is Mahoney part of the cast? Yes, then you have a good time. No, it's at your own risk. And FYI, I always thought that Tackleberry, I always thought as a kid, I always thought that it was The Undertaker. I always thought he was The Undertaker. On his days off, he would play Tackleberry. Well, now, I think that wouldn't be such a bad idea as a Police Academy reboot. And R.I.P. David Graff, who played Eugene Tackleberry. Why not have The Undertaker play Tackleberry? So, yeah. And Hightower was, again, R.I.P. Bubba Smith. Marion Ramsey, who played, damn it, don't remember her name. R.I.P. Tours. Like, I love the character as well. See, that's the thing. Sometimes you watch your favorite movies from the 80s, it's like you find out some of the actors are dead, and it's very sad. So, but in terms of Police Academy, the team is legendary. The movie, again, the first one is the best one because it's about becoming a somebody. Like the ending song at the end is become somebody. I want to be somebody. Already there. It's at first it's people trying to find their place in life, not having their place in life, basically being uh lost and not currently happy in their current station in life, join the police and end up knowing that they actually found a purpose being police officers. So yeah, and again with Jones making his voices, Larry's voices, which will never stop being funny. But that's number 14. Number 13, I have to include it, James Bond. We all know the team. I don't need to pass them at me. And the reason why, because there's a hint of mystery and there's a hint of coolness, as well as him being suave. So that's why I have to include it. I don't have to pinpoint which of the James Bond movie used it because pretty much every one of them. Number 12, it's Axel F from Beverly Hills Cop. You all know that team. And again, this is one of the movies I feel like could have easily been missed, could have been easily been bungled, and it wasn't. It was damn good, and it's still a classic to this day. And the song reflects that. Basically, it's a cop and Axel Foley being out of place, going to Beverly Hills when from Detroit. He still operates as a police officer as if it was Detroit when it's Beverly Hills. Basically, the difference in terms of procedures is the reason why sometimes there's some misunderstandings, as well as him being a street smart and smart alecky cop. So the team reflects that. That's to me something that's very important in terms of the more I talked about this movie, the more I look at that list. It's like lately in the last 10 years, there have been great movie teams, but I don't think as much that like you snap your fingers and you know which teams you are, which team you're talking about, or people like there's teams that can basically just be in another room, your partner, your roommates watching a movie. You just listen to the scores, like I know what that movie is. They're not as identifiable as it used to be. Just so you know. Okay. Again, number 11, the Naked Gun. The Naked Gun team. We all know that team, and it's hilarious, and it just reminds me of the opening with the police car basically going through some different to many places. It was only featured in the end credits of the last Naked Gun movie with Liam Neeson. I could understand because it's like they didn't want to do a Leslie Nielsen type Naked Gun because it might not have worked. They did a Liam Neeson comedy instead that adds some bit of Naked Gun, but also its own thing, which might actually be the smart thing overall. But the original team, to me, it says something about, again, I wouldn't say sophisticated. You just feel like the team makes you feel like those characters think they are smarter than what they really are. And it seems like, again, the comedy works because the characters act as if it was a serious cop drama, but everything's absurd. So even a team, very legendary, reflects that. So that's number 11. Now we're going to top 10. Number 10, the Saw team. And I want to check out what's it's called precisely, as well as who composed it. It's the team's called, it's from Charles Clouser, it's Elo Zepp. We first saw it at the end of Saw 1 and one of my favorite endings ever in a movie, especially in a horror movie. I mean, when basically, when Adam finds out, he thought that basically Zepp was the murderer who imprisoned them inside the bathroom, but finding out it wasn't them. He was just an accomplice. He was just a puppet that was doing it to save his own end. And then the corpse that previously thought dead corpse rises from the ground, and it's John Kramer. And you find out John Kramer orchestrated the whole thing. The Saw team represents like when the plan comes in together. When the protagonist or the main character thinks he sold everything, and everything flips on its head. In terms of wrestling terms, it'd be basically just when the protagonist or the main character thought they had all the answers, Jigsaw changed the question. And I love that. I love that team because it's a hint of danger, and it's a fit also of a team of doom, of gloom, and an inescapable, cruel demise of the main character. So, yeah, that's for number 10. Number 9. Sorry, I'm looking at this. Oh, yeah, easy. From John Williams, Indiana Jones. The team just reflects adventure. Like, I would say, like, it always puts me in a smile, like a positive, optimistic adventure. So, yeah. At the same time, like, it's basically like, I wouldn't say flying, but basically using his whip to go from basically one place to the other to help himself, just to use as basically as a rope. Like, just that kind of matinee idol adventure movie. That's basically what I picture in my head when I think of the Indiana Jones team from John Williams. Now, number 8 is more of classical one, is the Godfather team. And it's done by, they say it's a love team from the Godfather, composed by Nino Rolla. I love that team. Oh, Nino Rota, sorry. FY also, that team is so great when Vince Russo thought it would be a great idea to rip off that team to give to the Mama Lukes in WCW. Go listen to that team and don't tell me it doesn't sound like Godfather team ripped off. I love the Godfather team. I love the Godfather movie one. Part one to me is still one of my favorite movies ever. Part two is good, but unpopular opinion, I don't like it as much the first one. But the team is legendary. It feels like it's cool, collected team that also, like, yeah, for the Godfather, there might be riches for the Corleones, but it's also that it's like the musical team touches on the each time you hear the chords, it's also not just the prize they receive, but also the price they have to pay to be the Godfather. Yeah, they might have lots of riches, but the price they have to pay, they have to alienate family members. In the third one, it led to the death of the daughter of Michael Corleone. It's like the price that somebody has to pay to be the Godfather. I felt like in the love team was this. Yeah, he loves Kay. He loved his wife. He loved his kids, and he didn't want to be Godfather initially, but he still ultimately chose to be the Godfather out of revenge. And rather than just discard that role or just use it temporarily, he decided to stay full time as the Godfather. And the love team to me represents basically the morals you had to abandon to become the Godfather. Also, the possible future you had to left behind with Kay, which could have been basically more basically a safer future because his character went to the army. I'm not sure. I think he went to college. Michael Corning was a college graduate, if I'm not right, if I'm not mistaken. And he was the only one of his family to do so. He could have gone legitimate, but he went the family business. And it's both triumphant and both also tragic because he was on his way to be out the family business, and yet he was brought back. So when the third one, they say, just when I thought they was out, they pulled me back in. Same thing with the song. He was pulled back in, but he was pulled back in not just in the third one. He was pulled back in way before it. But that's for an analysis of Godfather. It might come in later, but not now. That's number eight in terms of my favorite movie teams of all time. Number seven, Inception, from, you guessed it, Hans Zimmer. So it's called, the team is Time. And boy, does it play on time. I mean, Inception. I mean, Cobb basically tries to infiltrate an idea in terms of a competitor of Saito in order to, well, in order to eventually go back to his kids, to his family. The movie could be simply an action piece by Nolan, but everybody knows that it's much more complex than that. And the movie soundtrack is excellent. Yes, it's true the trailers had the blah, blah, but if you only see that, I think you're not hearing the entire score. The score was excellent. Time One is basically the team of the impression I had of the Inception team was somebody who might be stuck in a dream, who might be stuck in a moment in time, and they're trying to basically get themselves out of it. They try to get themselves out of the dream and back into reality, but then the instruments go up. It's basically is becoming intense. The dream is becoming more intense, or is it a dream? It's basically seems like the characters they're so used to being in a dream that they lost touch or they're about to lose touch if it's a dream or reality, if it wasn't for their totem. So yeah, that's the Inception team, in my opinion, what it presents. Number eight. Mm, what did I say? Oh yeah, Rocky. Gotta fly now. I told you there'd be another Bill Conti team in this one, and I'd be the Rocky one. And the Rocky team encompasses everything about Rocky. It's about basically, as the Rocky character, after the Rocky Balboa character would say, it's about fighting one more round that people think you could that makes all the difference in the world. It's about basically getting hit and keep moving forward, taking the hits and keep moving forward. And I think that song exemplifies that. Rocky has taken a lot of hits. In the first one, he's basically seen as a bum in the streets. He's a loan shark. He's not living up to his potential. He's given fortuitously a shot by Apollo Creed just because of the name Italian Stallion, because he thought it was catchy. It was a fluke. He was handed over that shot. He didn't earn it. And he could have just seen it as a way to get out of debt. No, he saw it as basically as a shot of a lifetime. He saw this as a fight and not an exhibition. He had the eye of the tiger in this one because to him, it didn't matter if he would win, lose, or draw. Yeah, he wanted to go the distance, but also he wanted to leave it all in the ring. For him, it wasn't a game, it was his life. And Gonna Fly Now means basically fighting the odds to me. Find the odds, define the odds, being at your best, not going too gently into the light, or not going too gently into obscurity, not going to obscurity, not fading away, doing your best, and make yourself memorable. It says to me, you matter. That song is pretty much two words, you matter. Be at your best and you matter. So it's a very inspirational team. It's number six. Number fives are two inspirational teams, and it's a tie because they represent the same character, and I could not decide between which I would take or leave. So they're both a tie. So from 1978, it's the Superman team from John Williams, and as a tie, it's the team from Men of Steel, Fly from Hans Zimmer. I love both of them. I love both of them. I love the Superman team because it's something like you can easily recognize it's Superman. You can always remember Christopher Reeves coming and flying across the screen. And the flight one because I felt, and to this day, I mean, I always said that to me, Superman 1 and 2 are my favorite two Superman movies, Superman 2 over Superman 1, but number 3 is Man of Steel. It beats to me Superman 225. And in terms of movies, I'll say, in terms of movie opinion so about the story, you can say what you want to say, but in terms of movie score, the musical score is because I felt like Man of Steel, Zack Snyder, Chris Nolan, and Hans Zimmer had the guts to not say, hey, we're just going to reuse the same team. No, we'll do something different. The Superman team is iconic the way from John Williams iconic the way it is. To me, James Gunn kind of showed basically the difference. Even though I liked Superman 225, 2025, I didn't love it. And the fact that overindulgence of the original Superman team kind of says something to me. It says, we'll play on nostalgia rather than building our own thing. Whereas Man of Steel built their own thing. The Superman with 1 and 2 build their own thing. It's just basically inspirational. The Superman team. What else can I say about this without repeating myself? That's number 5. Number 4, again from a movie that has sequel in 2025, In a Heartbeat, from 28 Days Later, from John Murphy, and I was miffed. Not one said another word. I was miffed that there wasn't that awesome, awesome musical team in 28 years later. That's one of the best single musical score team that I've ever heard in a movie, especially, and it's the best one in an horror movie ever. I said about Saw might be my best team, but I scratched that. I'll say 20 days later. It's a hint of danger, a hint of basically not knowing what's going to happen, who's going to turn up to be a zombie, and it also makes you think like, what if somebody becomes a zombie? What if they snap as a zombie? What if they lose their mind when they become a zombie? Or else, what if they just lose their mind to this world that becoming a zombie land, a decaying zombie land? So that's for me on number 4. So now we're in the top 3. And this is where it becomes really, really a bit more predictable, but you'll see why I put all of these in the top 3. Number 3 is the main theme of Lord of the Rings. I mean, that song gets you like hyped up. Again, a trilogy I could rewatch over and over again and I get tired of. And guess what? All movies together are like 10 hours and a half, and I still don't feel like you would feel that time. Because you always notice something new, which is a great thing. Great rewatchability is a great indicator of a timeless movie. And that one is timeless. And it's also you discover something new every time. But Howard Howard Shore, to me, my favorite score of him. And the whole score basically says again adventure, bravery, and putting aside their differences. I mean, it's dwarves, it's elves, it's men, it's hobbits for a common goal. And to not give up amidst the different dangers they can have, amidst the darkness that could take a hold of them. So yeah, I love that team. Number 2 is an iconic one. Once upon a time in a galaxy far away, it's Star Wars. Which one? The main team. You know, the one where he scrolls basically, that's the main team. Because the moment you do this, I'm brought back the original trilogy and Rogue One. And it reminded me at that time you knew you were in for a ride. You knew you were in for a treat. Now, to me, there's like, yeah, Mandalorian at least tried to do something different, which I respect. Okay, so maybe that's the reason why, apart from Rogue One, it's Mandalorian that I respect the most in terms of Star Wars project, and then Kenobi. And I mean by live action. I like Clone Wars too. But in terms of movies, I love the original trilogy, and you knew that sign was not just adventure, but it was space epic. That you were gonna see. Now, I have to give honorable mention, some of which I thought about The Sherlock Holmes team by Hans Zimmer. I'm sorry. Hans Zimmer, Hans Zimmer, Hans Zimmer, Hans Zimmer. I know. The guy's a genius. He's a musical genius. I think I've heard of the guy sometimes who's like, hey, uh, basically, what do you want from the scene? What's the character? Okay, they were just gonna say, don't tell me the scene. I have an idea of the song. Just give me bullet points. The guy's just able to create a song just out of that. That's genius. So yeah, Sherlock Holmes, the RoboCop team. I just thought of this. The Terminator 2 team. Man, I screwed up. I wanted to put it in. You know what? I'll put it at number two as well. Put it at number two, because this one, the Terminator 2's team, is excellent. It's just the impending doom of humankind the, at the end of Skynet, and feeling basically hopelessness, but basically having to use machines against the machines. So yeah, so I had to put Terminator 2 there. Pink Panther. It's a good iconic team as well. I'm trying to find out other teams that I could have missed. Uh, because I think basically I'm not trying to say that there's not anymore, but right now, probably by the end I finish this video, I found, oh, what? I'll forget about a video. I'll think about finish a video, but hey, the Avengers team is good. The Michael Giacchino Batman team is good. He's my honorable mention. He's not in my top one. It's not my number one. But what could be my number one? I think it's obvious. I think it's obvious for everybody. What everybody knows me. They should know basically what it is. It's the Room main team. Oh yeah. If you learn about this, the Room, of course, that team is the best team there's ever was. I mean, written by Tommy Wiseau, directed by Tommy Wiseau, produced by Tommy Wiseau. I did not, I did not hit her. I did not. Oh, hi, Mark. How can you not put that one? Screw everybody else. No, number one would be basically, again, a tie because I can't decide on both. The Batman Danny Elfman team from Batman 89, Danny Elfman team, and Molossus, which is the Batman team from the Dark Knight trilogy by Hans Zimmer. I can't decide. Guys, I can't decide. Just like I can't decide when people tell me, what's your favorite Batman? You have to choose Michael Keaton or Christian Bale. I can't decide. If I want to lean somebody, it might be Christian Bale for one reason, because we actually had closure because Dark Knight trilogy came to an end, and I didn't get closure with Michael Keaton with Batman Returns ending the way it did. I think that's it. But that's for another topic. Not talk about music. I mean, the main theme of Batman 89 is iconic and it changed the game. That movie changed the game and changed from basically that Batman was more in terms of, satire of comic books, in terms of Adam West, to a dark reimagining of it. And you can feel in that team, you can feel basically the loss that he endured. The loss, basically, the trauma he endured, and the price he's paying to be Batman. But if I had to pick one, I would basically say if it wasn't a movie team, I'd say Descent to Mystery, because that's the one team that back in the day for Batman movies, that was the team that was always playing in every movie trailer from Batman. Descent to Mystery is magnificent, and to me sums up Tim Burton's Batman like nothing else. So yeah, and Melissa's because from Batman Begins onwards, because I think it defines what Batman is. Yes, this Batman is brooding, might not be as brooding as Tim Burton's Batman, but it's very brooding. But he never, I'll say this, he never lets go of his goal to rid Gotham of the criminal element. This movie it's more about Bruce Wayne. It felt like the first one, Batman 89 theme is Batman. This one is more about Bruce Wayne as the Batman. So This team is about Bruce Wayne's resolve to take care of the criminal element as a promise to his parents. But unlike Batman 89, which I felt like the team could also can also see a darkness as which the character doesn't mind killing, this Batman doesn't. And he'll do whatever he can not to arm people, to kill people. So I think that's very, very important to take in consideration. So yeah, those are my movie score. I'll do again the list. So number 20, Karate Kid by Bill Conti. 19, The Top Gun Maverick. Top Gun 2 Maverick by Hans Zimmer. Number 18, Tron Legacy by Daft Punk. Number 17, Beetlejuice by Danny Elfman. Number 16, Untouchable by Ennio Morricone. Up 15, up number 15 is up by Michael Giacchino. Number 14, The Police Academy, main team. Number 13, James Bond, the main team of James Bond. Number 12, the Axel F team from Beverly Hills Cop. Number 11, the Naked Gun team. Number 10, the Elo Zepp by Charlie Clouser team, which is the Saw team. Number 9 was the Indiana Jones team by John Williams. Number 8, the Godfather Love team by Nino Rota. 7, the Inception, the Inception main team called Time by Hans Zimmer. Number 6, Gonna Fly Now by Bill Conti from the movie Rocky. 5, it was the Superman team from John Williams from 1978, and the Man of Steel team from Hans Zimmer called Fly from 2013. Number 4, In a Heartbeat from John Murphy from the 2002 movie 28 Days Later. Number 3, the main team from Lord of the Rings from Howard Shore. Number 2, the Star Wars team from John Williams. And number 1 as a tie is the Batman 89 main team from Danny Elfman, as well as a tie as Molossus, the main team from the Dark Knight trilogy by Hans Zimmer. Those are my top 20. And again, I mentioned to you guys a little bit of honorable mention. As I mentioned, I put basically I put the Wonder Woman team by Hans Zimmer in that list. I put Harry Potter team from John Williams as an honorable mention. There's a Lion King by Hans Zimmer in honorable mention. You had the Gladiator team in honorable mentions from Hans Zimmer. You had Jurassic Park's main team from John Williams. You had Hook's main team by John Williams there. You had the E.T. team by John Williams. You had Back to the Future. Back to the Future's main team. Yep. Pirates of the Caribbean by Hans Zimmer. Yeah, Scarface main team by Giorgio Corridor. And yeah, and again, as I mentioned, number 2, it was a tie. Number 2 for my top 10 list was not just Star Wars by John Williams, was also a T2 main team. So yeah, those are basically my favorite teams, movie teams. Let me know what you did. Hope I wasn't too disorganized. If I do, please mention it in the comments below. Let me know. Have a great day. Bye.